Alright, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here, but I'm sure I'm gonna be a hero. Hi guys, it's Mattias, and in today's video I'd like to share some of my thoughts and reactions from trying out the beta of the latest Modern Warfare. Now, one of the things that's important to understand for the ones of you who are new to my channel is that I am not a Modern Warfare or Call of Duty veteran in any way. Based on recent experience, I would say I'm a Battlefield player. I've been playing Battlefield 1 for the last 3 years. And I did switch over to Battlefield 5 for about 3, 4, maybe even 5 months or so, but I decided that that game was not for me, and plenty of us who used to play Battlefield 1 together before Battlefield 5 decided to return to Battlefield 1 relatively early on. Now, on and off, I've been trying out Call of Duty titles, and the way I see Call of Duty nowadays is that it's kind of, well, to me anyway, it's kind of like McDonald's. You see, going to McDonald's and eating your food is the kind of experience that doesn't really leave any surprises. You know what you'll get, and you already have your mind made up, whether or not you like it, you dislike it, or if you're one of those people who are somewhere in between and kind of like accept it as something that you can put up with every once in a while. The way I see it, Modern Warfare is a first-person shooter game in its simplest form. But they have quite a number of little things that they kind of add to it. Kind of like McDonald's. There's a new flavor for the milkshake. It doesn't stand out for being particularly good. It doesn't stand out for being unique, but it's new at McDonald's. It just adds something new. Or like a new dip sauce or a new burger. So now the way that I compare or label Modern Warfare this way, it initially sounds very negative, but I think what they're doing is actually not all that bad. Unfortunately, what we've seen in the past is that when a game developer, such as DICE when it comes to the Battlefield series, or Activision when it comes to Call of Duty or Modern Warfare, when they start experimenting and going haywire with their imagination, the result has many times become rather poor. This is something that we saw with Call of Duty not all that long ago, a few years ago, and with Battlefield, well, all you need to say is Battlefield 5. So now one of the things there's been a lot of talk about with Modern Warfare this time around is that they're clearly trying to target or market for Battlefield players, and they're doing that with bigger maps, more players on said maps, and vehicles, tanks and transport vehicles. Probably also helicopters and jets in the future. So now during the beta I played this supposedly new game mode for the Call of Duty series, Ground War. It's on one map, or it was on one map during the beta as far as I know, and it definitely had inspiration from the Battlefield series, there's no doubt about that. And I'm not trying to make it into a secret that this is one of the main reasons to why I've been interested in this game in the first place. Personally, however, I was quite disappointed. This, on the other hand, I think is kind of cool. The kill cam is something that I actually do miss from the Battlefield series. Now, initially, I think this map looks really cool. It has kind of the right amount of obstacles around the map spread out so that, you know, it makes sense that you have some cover and some such. But the more I played it, the more I got rather disappointed with it, and I'm not entirely sure of why. Well, actually, one thing I do know why, and that is what you see to the left now, or in front now, there's like a ridge kind of like going around or on the edge of the map, and after a few rounds, people started constantly camping up there with one of the tanks or one of the vehicles. And the way things are right now, when people don't really know how to counter tanks, especially not in the Call of Duty series, camping up there with a tank became way too powerful. Now, obviously, this is a minor thing that can easily be tweaked as the game goes through a few updates, but even though I spent most of my time trying out the Ground War in this beta, I had much more fun playing the smaller maps with less players and for the most part also a completely different game mode. I had more fun doing that than playing this big map and Ground War. And for a Battlefield player, checking out Modern Warfare in order to look for a new game to play, well, that's kind of the opposite of what you're hoping for. Now, earlier, as I've been checking out Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I've always reacted on long shots. In the past, they've never really felt like long shots because the maps are simply too small. But now, with Ground War, it actually does start to make sense, rewarding people for range kills. And of course, we also had to try out a little bit of a vehicle gameplay. Now, I have to say that I would be quite surprised if Modern Warfare veterans sees this as a good addition to the game and something that makes them more interested in playing Modern Warfare in the future. As a Battlefield player, I am not convinced and I'm not impressed. But then, of course, at this point in time, you can always say, well, it's beta. Now, I think that most people are aware of the fact that there is a little bit of a love-hate relationship between the Modern Warfare community and the Battlefield community, and at the same time, players from one community are always a little bit interested in the new game from the other side, so to speak. Something that the devs and the owners of these two franchises are very well aware of. Now, the big question is, are Battlefield players going to replace Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 with the new Modern Warfare? Personally, I have to say, I'm just not a big fan of McDonald's.
Ah, fucking Claymore. Here we go.
Check your damn fire! Disarm the device, protect the data center.
The one you were shooting, the friendly, he screamed, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm friendly."
Check your damn fire.
Nice, Matty.
Got a UAV on station. Ready to fire.
He's inside there. Nice, Matty.
How do I do this?
Go for launch.
I don't know. Oh shit.
How do I do this?
E F. I don't know. Yeah.
EMP defused. Good
Oh,
job.
nice.
Whoa. I didn't know what key to press. It's like it's flashing in front of my eyes and I don't know what key to press.
What was it?
It's just F. Like everything that should be E, everything that is E on any other game. No! Oh, I killed him! Okay, this one needs some recoil control. Honestly, I think it has a bit of potential. I'm just not enjoying it right now, as it is right now. Right now, I'm having more fun with the tiny little maps of typical Call of Duty gameplay than I have with the bigger map. The one that I should enjoy.
Enemy personal radar overhead. is online. Secure it. We're at the HQ. Stand by. HQ lost. UAV is ready for flyover. Target fuel. Pick up. Personal radar overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Disabling the HQ. Keep your eyes open. Allied UAV overhead. HQ secure. Cruise missile ready
Oh,
to launch.
fuck.
Get ready. We move soon. Got a UAV on station, ready for flyout. Enemy personal radar in the air. We're holding two. We have the advantage. Cruise missile, go for launch. Active. We've lost C. Enemy precision airstrike. Take control. Enemy UAV overhead. Holding two. We have the advantage. Run, Charlie, stand by.
Changing mags.
Enemy cruise missile incoming. Take cover. Losing B. Taking Charlie. You're needed at B. We're holding all points. Defend. Assist your team at Alpha.
Under fire!
We've lost Bravo. Ready UAV overhead. Lost A. We've got a UAV on station.
Set Claymore!
We're taking Bravo. This is Jaguar 3-0. Assist your team at Charlie. Losing Charlie. Bravo secure. We've lost C.
That was an insane flash.
We lost B.
No.
Assist your team at Charlie. Enemy has Charlie. They're holding Delta. The enemy has the lead.
Oh no! Oh, he was close.
UAV is ready for flyby.
Fuck.